Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another Thursday night here in the city by the bay, for me at least. And Sparks is down there in the middle of Wisconsin, old college town of Oshkosh. But we have another Across Enemy Lions. We thank you those who are joining us, and that looks like Cubs fan 107's in the chat right now. We want to give you a big shout out. But once again, I'm Johnny Samp and Corey Sparks, and we got another fun episode this week. Taking a look, we just want to make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to our channel. We do actually plan to have a giveaway, a $15 gift card to a place of your choice, or my choice and Corey's choice. Once we hit 50 subscribers, we'll talk about it a little bit, but we got to hit that 50 mark first. And then we will give you a chance to win a $50 or a $15 gift card, excuse me, to place of your choice. Says we always like to keep the fans involved. And another week, but once again, we want to make sure you do follow our social medias and suggest, don't be afraid to respond and add suggestions. Excuse me. But once again, Corey, how are you doing this week?
Yeah, doing good. I see we've got Cubs fan 107 in the chat. Looking forward to that Bears game against the Cowboys. We'll be covering that in a few minutes, but I'm doing well. Most complete game I've seen that franchise play in a bit. Weather's nice. It's actually fall up here right now. We didn't skip straight to winter, so yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah, no, my team's not doing so well. We can start with that. The piss poor Packers look like they don't even want to be there. If you notice, Aaron Rodgers isn't with me once again, and they fell 23-21 to the Commanders in a pretty just gross game. I mean, once again, second half, team didn't show up and just looked awful. Not a lot to say, just besides Rodgers. He didn't look great. They just don't look like they want to be out there. He was 23 for 35, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, but that really doesn't speak to the story. The whole team, that whole offense just looks like they're flat, and they don't look like they want to be out there, frankly. On Sunday afternoon, even on, you work 40 hours a week and you want to see your teamwork, a couple hours in the evening, but it's just, wasn't a good look. It hasn't been a good look the last 4 weeks, or 3 weeks rather. We're 3-4 now, unfortunately. We shouldn't be in that situation. We're a lot better team than that, without a doubt, but holy crap. Excuse my French, but this team sucks right now,
and they don't worse suck. About what you've seen. So
it's not something you see as a Packers fan. Haven't seen that in a long time. But it seems like they're just flat. They don't have the edge, and I get tired of seeing Rodgers on McAfee every week. Talking about how he's in a comfortable situation. We're not in a comfortable situation. Hit that panic button. Hit it a lot. Because you know what? That team is not looking good right now, and we need some help and somewhere. And I hope we sign a free agent, but we're not gonna. I mean, that's just evident with the Packers organization.
Yeah, it's all talk, right? Like they never actually press the button and act. But
yep, they never just pull the trigger and say we're gonna get this guy. But they will. I mean, it just drives me nuts. Like, why not? What is there? Go all in. Just
take a risk.
Put in the house. Yeah, we don't have that many years left with, understandably a great franchise. Hopefully we can find another quarterback. But you never know. You just don't know right now. And I would like to see them try to, put some money in there and, make a move. Get somebody. DJ Moore.
DJ Moore would be one. I mean, he's the only one left in the Panthers. We've got Ryan Zibble in the chat. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Packers.
Zibble, good to hear from you, big guy.
Under 500 at the end of the year.
What did Cubs fans say here? We got Aaron Rodgers needs
a wide receiver 1 soon. What do we think of Odell, Johnny? He's going to be healthy in a few weeks.
Oh, peg legs? I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. But Ryan, I think they go 8-9 to answer your question. I think the Packers don't look too good right now, so tough schedule ahead of them.
And I don't like that comment.
That's a good question, though. I mean, you got to ask it when your team is 3-4 and they've lost the last couple games. I'm going to say without a doubt. I think it's in play. And then, wide receiver 1. I like the DJ Moore suggestion because there's nobody else there. Tank for Bryce Young. Give it to the next guy. Jordan Love's not the guy. I could see it.
I don't know if Bryce Young's going to be. I hope he's good, but you got to see that time comes and see if he'll be all right. But I just don't know what. I wish we would just go all in on somebody. Stack the cards. Push the chips in the middle, and make sure that we can get a couple wins here, because this is looking pretty poor right now from my perspective. I know we got Ryan in the chat, and he's a big Dolphins fan. He's living it up.
Yeah.
The little squeakers from the south are.
They had a rough patch too, but yeah, they're above 500 right now. So
Yeah, not much good from the Packers. Sorry about the somber report to start things out. We have a lot of fundamental mistakes going on. And like I always say, they don't look like they want to be out there. They just look like they, don't care to be playing football. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. And I get it. They've had a long road trip. They went to London, and then they were at Jets and, now Washington. But time to figure it out, fellas. We got to get going. Got to get going. Let's talk about your Bears, though.
yeah, let's talk about my Bears. It's weird because we're both 3-4. That's the thumbnail of this video. Both in the same spot. We have very different moods right now. You couldn't be more disgusted, and frankly, I couldn't be more excited. I went into that New England game going, we might get shut out. Like, there were reports that people were putting out saying, I think the Bears actually score like 3, and I was completely up for it. They end up getting 10 right away, and I'm like, okay, we'll see from there. But yeah, Justin Fields, using his athleticism, who would have thought that would have worked? I don't know. Every Bears fan ever since his first rookie game. 2-0 record when he runs the ball 10 plus times. So I think there's a lot of good going on there. You're able to draw a linebacker out of coverage, kind of find your guys. He's using Darnell Mooney more as primary one, Cole Kmet, all that good stuff. And they won the turnover battle 4-1. I mean, talk about getting 3 interceptions, a forced fumble. So seriously, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot going on still in Chicago. So I'm actually going to answer the Cubs fan 107 now. He said, what do you think the Bears, how will they end the season? Look, I'm carefully optimistic. Great, impressive game over the Patriots, albeit we played a team that doesn't know who their quarterback is now. Bailey Zappi came in, provided a spark. Then you go back to Mac Jones. Is he the answer? Talk about Alabama QBs, right? It looked like he was going to be a successful one. So I would say 7 wins, Cubs fan. I think 7-10 is very much in the picture because the Bears do have that easy schedule based off of a horrible record last year. So, yeah, I'd say like 7 wins, but the Bears look good. That was the most complete game I've seen in a while, Johnny. Even when they win, I'm usually tense until the very last second ticks off the clock.
I'm always tense.
Yeah, I wasn't tense for once. It was weird. I was like, I think they have this. They're taking care of the football. They're driving down the field. They're not punting it a whole lot. No special teams mistakes. Velus Jones has had a couple muffs over the course of the last couple weeks. He actually did have one there, but, we fell on top of it.
Muffs, Amari Rodgers.
Yeah, Amari Rodgers. Special teams issues on both ends. The squeakers from the south. Ryan liked that comment. Oh, we've got Andrew in here. Just watched your last video. Definitely got me for a subscriber. Thank you, man. We're trying to get to 50, as Johnny mentioned 15 minutes ago.
Once we hit 50, we'll give a gift card away.
Yep, gift card
$15. Upcoming. And we're not sure what place it'll be to, but there will be a gift card to one of our subscribers. So make sure you are subscribing and telling your friends. You can potentially win a pretty, nice gift card.
Oh, yeah.
Courtesy of your friends from across enemy lines.
Absolutely. We'll sign it in a card and everything. We'll give you a nice personalized message. We'll go there. And it's 50 people, so you got a decent shot. It's not like there's millions going after.
Yeah, it's not like 500.
Right. So, yeah, why not?
Why not? 1 in 50? It's a pretty good percentage.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, that's what the Packers look like to win the North.
Jeez, you placing that bet? Always a Buccaneers fan.
It's getting tasty now.
Mm-hmm.
But
looks like Andrew's a Bucs fan. Going through it right now, too. That was a tough loss to the Panthers. That kind of segues, but yeah.
What's going on with Tom Brady right now? He's got a problem. Like, he got an ultimatum, I heard.
Yeah. It's not looking too good.
Not looking too good at home and on the field.
Right.
At least Rodgers already blew his home life, so that's working for him. You know what? And when I thought the season was going to turn around when he was doing his the thing with his nipples during practice.
I don't understand Aaron Rodgers, and I never will.
I thought that was going to be the turning point. He was entering a zone that, just throwing touchdowns and just seeing open receivers. That I thought he was entering that zone.
Yeah, first.
Hopefully he can though this week, but we don't know. That was quite the move.
RELAX, and now it's this. Now we're doing this instead.
Dude, the nipple thing is gonna work.
There it is. There's the quote of the day.
the nipple thing. So week 7 games that impressed you, Mr. Sparks?
Yeah, Seahawks and Chargers faced off. I really thought that Justin Herbert would be a little too much.
I got to mention one more thing real quick. When you mentioned the Seahawks, remember who said Geno?
You did. For those of you just joining
Geno.
in, beginning of the year, Johnny just had this outlandish comment that Geno was going to have a great year, and he did. I'm not sure how you predicted
episode
that.
1. I just off of guesses.
He just knew it. He had the gut feeling. Yeah. So, but game that impressed me, Seahawks. So yeah, talking about Geno, they went up against a Chargers team that seemingly looks better than them in every aspect on paper. You'd think Justin Herbert would be able to put up 34, 37 points. Not that he'd have to, but in fact, it was the Seahawks that put up 37 points, and Chargers couldn't keep it up. Time of possession was pretty heavily flipped. They're taking care of the ball over in Seattle, and that team's 4-3. I mean, I don't think anybody expected that. Maybe you did.
You didn't expect them. You didn't, certainly.
They were my pick to go 0-17 this year.
Yeah, I know they were.
Last year it was the Texans.
I said watch out for Geno.
Yeah, but Geno's
the man.
Geno's doing it. Got Cubs fan, Bears fan. I think we're gonna win 5 games. Yeah, I'm a pessimist, so I would not doubt it if we win 5 games. But we're living large right now at 3-4. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the Seahawks continue to do, because that was a pretty impressive performance.
All right. Well, my game that impressed me from week 7, I would have to go with I'm gonna give it to the Panthers. Just they had a pretty good game. They looked solid. Tom Brady didn't have the best game, and just beating that team is just a feat and a half. But without a doubt, the Panthers had a pretty good week. Another NFC team in the South, but we'll have to see. That South's a weird conference, man. I thought the Saints lost, the Buccaneers lost, Panthers won, and who am I missing? The Falcons. I can't remember. They play.
Falcons played.
That's how insignificant this team is. They played the Bengals, lost 35.
Oh, Joe Burrow threw for 500 yards on him. Yeah.
Yep. Torched them. Had a little bonfire there, but I don't. That South is wide open.
It is. It's bad. Both Souths are very bad. The AFC South is pretty garbage too. With the Colts and the Jags, and no. Yeah.
Looks like the Buccaneers scored.
Oh,
making 7-3.
Yep, Thursday nighter. They're playing the Ravens
right now. So maybe touchdown Tom is back on track. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Andrew said Rodgers not aging nearly as well as Tom Brady. Well, when Tom Brady's throwing like almost 40 touchdowns at the age of 40 something, that's pretty hard to match, Andrew. I will say that. But yeah, Bucks playing.
Well,
the
Andrew,
Ravens.
At least he's not destroying his family, and he already did that. So
right there we go. That's a segue.
yeah, there we go. Let's see what we get back from that one. But nonetheless, it's a South that's wide open, as I said. Should be a fun finish to see what happens, but we don't know quite now. Just a lot going on. The Bears now lead in total wins. That's kind of unfortunate. They took out that 1 game advantage.
Yep.
I'm sure that's feeling good. At least he broke the ice. Hopefully we can get something back, a few games back. But as it looks right now, Rodgers and the whole crew not looking very good.
I feel like the tables are turning just in time for us to keep that lead and pull ahead again in the driver's seat.
Yeah. I would bank on that. Just like that Vegas bet you made.
Oh my god. That's, you know what? The season is not over. They're 2-4 right now. They're 2-1 in their last 3 games. Don't give up.
Oh, there we go. Get defensive. That always means you have a good bet.
Pressing my buttons.
Yep. Push his buttons, grinds his gears.
There we go.
I didn't like the comment though from Rodgers. He did say that he's doing what is best for the guys. I don't think you really are, Rodgers. I gotta admit, he said that today during a locker room interview. Lead the team. Don't disregard the team. Don't try to push it on everybody else to pick up. You got to be the leader in this team, though. And heading into this week, we got the Bills, which is no easy task. And bad timing. But if you want to win, it's prime time. It's going to be Sunday Night Football. It starts with you. It doesn't start with them. It doesn't start with the young receivers, the rookie receivers. it's going to start with you. You can't rely on the defense. You got to make it happen yourself.
Yeah, I
Do you
thought
have
those
any
comments
thoughts
were
on that?
interesting, where he's like, "Oh, we can't run the ball, we can't catch the ball. Guys are gonna start getting cut."
Well, you know what? Yeah, the cut comment. It's like, you know what, Rogers, you got to make some of those passes. You seemed off. You seem like you're just a step behind, and something seems to not be working. I don't know. Maybe he needs to get back on psychedelics. He's been off, too sober, not seeing the world as easily and in depth as he would, per se, taking the South American soup. I don't know what it was. I forget what it was, but let's.
We got somebody in the chat that's new. This popped up on my homepage. What are you guys talking about? So we're a rivalry
Packers,
based
Bears.
yeah, just Packers Bears. We're a rivalry based podcast, and then we cover like any possible debate you can think of. So this goes for anybody in the chat right now. Think of anything. We have a question coming up from fans that we're pinning two stores against each other. Even if it's sports, what are like two sides that you want to bring up? This or that? I mean, fill in the blank. But we talk about a lot: NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and then we just do a lot of like this versus that thing. So that'll answer your question, hopefully. PAE looks like PAE.
Yeah, we do apologize if Sparks mispronounces your.
Full blame. Yep.
Yeah, total blame. But let's keep moving on in our segmented material. Bears, they got a tough one this week.
Yeah, we both do. Yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah, we both do. Let's talk about the Bears and Cowboys just a little bit. Mike McCarthy and those Cowboys, that defense looks phenomenal. Not a lot to, discredit from that Cowboys team. But as we know, and as I usually bank on, once Jerry Jones gets in that playoff time, he makes a dumb move.
That's true.
He sacrifices his king, and that's game.
I could see the Bears making some noise. That front seven of the Cowboys, DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, that scares me because the Bears are built on the run. But they've got Khalil Herbert, who Matt Eberflus says is going to get a greater share of the touches. They've got David Montgomery. They've got Justin Fields using his athleticism. We'll see. I'm pretty scared of that wide receiving core in Dallas. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, if he's healthy. But yeah, that might be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. Should we do predictions for our games? Just forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, we'll give predictions.
Tough matchups.
I just want to address something real quick here. I think I say PAE or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons guy.
Going for the Falcons. It's tough, but you do have a few wins so far, so it could be worse. Run heavy team now, but hey, that was a really good Bengals team they lost to, so I respect it. Cubs fans taking off. Appreciate you, man.
Yep. But yeah, first off, the Falcons. I got to ask, what's going on with the organization, man? What is going on? Not a lot of movement there. Not making a lot of noise. Maybe he's still in watching, but we'll have to see. Just addressing that. I got the same organization problems though. But predictions wise, for the Packers this week, I'm gonna say Packers. You know what? I can't be optimistic about this week if I want to be realistic, but maybe
just a chance.
In a blue moon out in the sky somewhere. I don't know. I hate to bet against my own team, but I gotta say, the Packers just look awful right now. It's been the worst, and it's in Buffalo, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, my buddy's going to the game. He's a Bills fan. I think he will enjoy himself.
Good for him.
It must be nice.
Good. Yeah, must be nice. You're gonna. I'm gonna sound dumb, but you can't bet against your own team. So I'll say 28-24 Pack.
Alrighty.
Not confidently.
Not confidently.
No.
Bills are Super Bowl favorites right now for me. And the Packers, beginning of the year, I might call it a closer matchup. I'm going to be pretty cut and dry here. And I do it with my own team, too. You'll see it in a second. But I'm going to go 41-17 Bills. I think Packers are going to have their hands full. Bills' wide receiving core is very healthy right now. Like Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, and Isaiah McKenzie are all extremely healthy. Like, knock on wood, right, for them. But I think it's going to be really overwhelming, and that Packers offense is going to have a lot of trouble. They're already having trouble, right? They had trouble against the Commanders. Now they got to go up against arguably the best defense in the league. I'd definitely call them top 5, if not top 3 in the Bills. I'm going to go 41-17. I'm sorry, Johnny, but that's a really tough matchup. So, yeah.
A guy for my team, man.
I appreciate.
I can't
respect
bet against them.
I respect it.
Let's talk about the Bears, though. They got the Cowboys.
Bears and Cowboys. Bears are riding a pretty high wave right now, coming off an unexpected win. Eberflus has been talking about playing all 4 quarters. I'm gonna go Cowboys, but I do think the Bears put up a fight. It is just
Wow, doesn't even argue with it.
The Cowboys are
Doesn't
a very good team
hesitate.
this year.
I get that, but you can't bet against your own team.
There's gonna be growing pains. I'm gonna say 31-23. I do think the Bears like stay in it and they fight and they show some growth spurts, but there are so many playmakers on that Cowboys defense and we are so young. So that's just what I see happening.
Yeah, Bears Cowboys for me. It's going to be Cowboys. What do I want to give them? I'll give them 31, and the Bears. I'll go 17-2.
Okay. 2-score game.
Yeah. I think the Bears are looking a little bit better. They have a little bit upside. Look like Fields gaining a little bit of confidence. So we'll have to see, moving forward, if he can handle it. Are they in the Jerry Dome?
Got me off guard. I think they are.
I thought
I'm going to
so too.
cheat. Yeah, they are in the Jerry Dome. So that may not help either. I mean, the Bears play well in the elements, and they're not going to have any elements.
Well, okay. The Jerry Dome is the dumbest thing. It's a multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar facility, but they build it east to west.
Mm.
No football field's built east-west.
I did not know
It's
that.
north. Yep, because the sun sets in one direction. That's the only football field that's built east to west. Most of them are built 99% of them. That's why the sun comes through in those
Always
325 games.
Yeah.
Gives a total advantage to whoever's not facing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they made a total mistake on that stadium by building east-west, because the sun, when it sets in the west, it shines right through those big windows, which I think there should be shades on them.
That is
because
weird. That's why that happens. Okay, well, I didn't think of that, but that would make a lot of sense now.
Yep, Lambeau's built north-south. I believe Soldier Field's built north-south. Like 99% of the stadiums are built north-south. I don't know if it's 100%. I mean, it's not 100% in the NFL. Obviously, we got Jerry Dome.
Right.
Yeah, that's why that happens. They built it east-west. And it's you spend all this money planning. You had all these crews go, let's think about this. And then you build it east-west. Come on, guys. Like, that's
pretty
pathetic. Stupid. Yep. But
Yeah,
it definitely does add to an advantage.
Yeah. Play off the sun. They got to consider it when they're, if it's like a
That's what they do in coin toss there.
315 game, they're like, do I want to face the sun later? Probably not. So that makes sense.
Well, they'll if it's a 315 game, they'll probably, now when days are getting shorter, you'll probably take you'll take your back to the sun for the first quarter, then face the sun in the second quarter, and by that time it'll be close to dark.
Right. Huh.
Yeah. Now you learned something, Sparks.
There's gamesmanship for you, I guess. You're using the sun to your advantage. So, all right.
That's what they do, though. That's what the Cowboys do. And every team does when they head there.
Right. The more you know. Huh.
The more you know. But in other news, we got to talk about Week 8 games. It'll be another exciting week of NFL football, but probably not for my Packers, but we'll have to see. Just super pessimistic right now.
I know. It's rough for you.
It's just a brutal road, but we will find our way eventually. What games stand out to you?
Yeah, Seahawks, Giants, 2 teams that I personally did not expect to be doing well right now. Giants 6-1, Seahawks 4-3. Let's see who's going to pass the eye test. They're going up against each other. Are either of them frauds? Are either of them going to stand the test of time? Giants are in the thick of a race for their division right now. They're just 1 game behind the undefeated Eagles, and the West is wide open too with the Seahawks. I mean, the Rams look horrible. 49ers look okay, I guess. And the Cardinals, I mean, they just got D-Hop back, so maybe they're on the up and up. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Seahawks game against the Giants.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Niners-Rams.
That should be good. Those are always good.
With McCaffrey now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what he does, how he can help that team with the 49ers. But the Rams also got that good defense, that front line. Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald, just powerhouses. You never know, but Stafford's been having a rough season. We'll have to see what they can do and how that game pans out. I got to check where that one is. I believe
It's in
it's
LA, I
at
think.
LA, but
SoFi.
yeah, it looks like it's at LA. Not positive. Let's check real quick. It is, yep, it is at LA. So that's a tough stadium to play in. Big stadium. Uh, a lot of very modern, very nice, but just a tough place to play. Doesn't have the history of Soldier Field or Lambeau Field.
Right. No.
Nothing there.
SoFi is just brand spanking new. I mean, they've got to make some history there. They've got their actually they do have their Super Bowl in the first year, which is kind of cool. I will say that.
Yeah,
But yeah, they've
that is
got
true.
some years to gain.
Definitely, without a doubt. But let's keep moving on, Sparks. We got a lot to go through. As always, here on Across Enemy Lines, we're going to take a look at Jamar Chase out for the Bengals, 4 to 6 weeks. What are your thoughts on that?
If there's a
That's
wide
good.
receiving core out there that is going to lose their one, I think the Bengals are the one to do it and prevail. They've got T. Higgins, they've got Tyler Boyd. Hayden Hurst has emerged as a top 10 tight end this year, in my opinion, both fantasy wise and just in general. He's been a lot of high usage towards his end. Tyler Boyd's been hurt here and there. It's happened with T. Higgins. I mean, that's a 1A, 1B, 1C lineup when you talk about how heavily all those guys are used. They all got used against the Atlanta Falcons last week. I think they're fine. They'll be able to ride it out. They've got plenty of weapons to use. It's not like a decisive number one. Like if the Raiders lost Devontae Adams right now, yes, they've dealt with Hunter Renfrow before, but that's such a big blow. Jamar Chase is a top 10 wide receiver, but you've got a top 20 and a top 30 in your lineup as well. So I think they'll be fine.
And they got a good run game with Joe.
Yeah, Joe Mixon's great. Burrow's able to spread the ball out. I'm not too reliant on him, so I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think if like you said, if there's a team to have that kind of loss, the Bengals will probably be okay.
Mm-hmm.
T. Higgins was the guy who won the Packers draft a couple years ago, but they didn't, of course. And then he went first round or second round first pick.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, there he goes. Now he's gone. But he is a good deep ball receiver. He can at Clemson. He's one of those talented receivers that I don't think needs to take a starting role, but can play a backup role and play it really well. But yeah, Joe Burrow will find his way without a doubt. But it will be a little bit of a loss on the offense without having, of course, Jamar Chase.
Yep.
But heading back to it, we look at Tua and Dak. They made their comebacks here in week 7. And how did you think they did? Dak went for 208 yards, 1 touchdown, and a win. And Tua went for 261 yards, 1 touchdown, and a win as well. I think they both played pretty well. They didn't seem to miss a step. But I got to admit, Cooper Rush was kind of fun to watch.
It's fun story. You plug the backup in, and he loses 1 time in over a month. Great career record right now, even though it's a small sample size. I think they did good. I was expecting a little more from Dak because that Detroit defense is so weak. I thought he'd get in the end zone more. I thought there'd be a lot more scoring, but they got the job done. Dak did his job, no turnovers, so I think they both did very well. Tua did fine, got the job done. Ugly win for the Dolphins, but they did it as well. So, yeah, I think both did a great job just coming back for their first week.
Yeah, I think they both did, just fine. I think Tua probably was the one I was rooting for more than Dak. I don't really care for Dak. But nonetheless, they both got a W. The trade deadline is coming up. Who's going to make the last move there, Sparks?
Packers got to get somebody. And we're seeing
Oh,
so many
I know,
guys.
but we're not going to. I accept the fact.
So many guys are getting hit in the hands. DJ Moore was an interesting one you brought up because literally everyone else left. I mean, what do the Panthers have? They dealt Robbie Anderson via trade, dealt CMC via trade not long after. Coach is gone. Down to your third string quarterback. Still won the game, by the way. So shout out to Carolina. I feel like DJ Moore is the last straw and just goes and they build up from there. Steelers dropped like 3 interceptions. Dolphins should have lost. Yeah, Ryan, I agree. That was an ugly game. Ryan's saying Odell. Odell's still got to recover, but I could see Odell or DJ Moore. They've got to get a great route runner with good hands. I mean, those are 2 things that obviously any wide receiver needs. I don't think Lazard's that great of a route runner. I think he's got good hands. I think Dobbs is a great route runner, but doesn't have good hands sometimes. So it kind of just depends. But I could see DJ Moore. I could see maybe you pick somebody out of the Steelers because they are clearly struggling.
Chase Claypool.
You could get a Claypool. I don't think you're going to get Pickens because he's on his rookie year, and they're not going to give up on someone with so much upside. But I could see Claypool, maybe not Deontay Johnson. So yeah, out of those three, I think Claypool's the best fit. So I'm looking Claypool more. I think those guys have to be on their radar.
Yeah. I was hoping the Seahawks were going to do a lot worse this year, and then we could maybe negotiate something with DK for like a 1 year, maybe 2 year contract, and just spend a lot of money there. Odell, it's an okay idea, I think, but again, I don't like his ego. Hopefully, it's calmed down a little bit. Claypool's also going to bring that aspect. He's got a big ego. We all remember the first down.
That was bad.
And time running out and a big celebration. Yeah, just not team play. But a lot of options. DJ Moore, I think, would probably be our best bet. A little bit of leadership there. He's a guy that's consistent. I wouldn't say he's, like, wow, phenomenal, going to blow your socks off, but he's consistent. And I think that's what we need. I think he'd help pair with Randall Cobb, who's also a very consistent receiver, but aging. And now he did hurt himself, but it sounds like he'll be okay. Lazard's not expected to play in this coming week's game. He's out. But so but I also think we got to focus on Tonyan. We got to run it through like the Gronkowski era and, just get Tonyan involved a little bit more. Make him open. I don't care what it takes. Maybe a tease with Mercedes Lewis out there. You're not going to throw it to him typically, but maybe if it's a little 5-yard pass, then we'll go for it. But yeah, I think DJ Moore's probably our best bet. Won't want a huge salary, but it's going to ask for enough. But we just got to make a move first. We have like passenger doves here at Lambeau that they don't send them out, or if they do, that's how they try to make a request, is tying a little note to the dove's ankle and sending them on their way. And if they get lost, they get lost. That's why we haven't made a move in forever. I think the last one, like real significant one. What?
I said that's the line of communication right there. You're like, I'll see you in 7-10
we're so
business
old
weeks.
School.
Yeah.
The dove flies out the window and we go, bye, dove. Hopefully you make it to the stadium that we sent you to. But yeah, I hope to see them make a move. But I as a Packer fan, I realistically know it probably won't happen.
It's just tough because that team also needs to run the ball well. You're not going to fool anybody. Packers are built off the play action. I mean, you've constantly got Rodgers fake handing it off. They've got some RPOs in there, but maybe get some O-linemen too. There's some instability there in terms of health, performance. A.J. Dillon's not even able to get to the line of scrimmage. How's he going to plow anybody over? He needs some momentum. So maybe an O-lineman too, if you're really talking about improving that front five. But I think you definitely got to get a consistent wide receiver, somebody who's been there before. Robbie Anderson was an offer, but he was only an offer for like a day, and the Cardinals snatched him up real quick as soon as Hollywood Brown went down. So, yeah.
Yep.
I could see a Claypool or more. My only
that
thing
means
with
our
Moore,
dove didn't get there fast enough.
Yeah.
He's about halfway there.
The dove was, I was just going to say, the dove just didn't get there, and by that point, he had to turn around because the deal was done.
Email beat him.
Yeah, the email beat him. But
or phone call.
With Moore, my only thing is, like, when a team is rebuilding that much, I feel like they need someone to hold on to. Like, we need a bridge guy. The Cubs had Rizzo. They sucked forever, and then he carried him in. I feel like Moore would have to be the bridge guy. Who else is it going to be? It would have been CMC. He's gone. Robbie Anderson, gone. I mean, but if you're rebuilding, you might as well rebuild hard. So if they want that first pick, they'll go get it. So, yeah.
They will. Let's take a look. Moving on now. We have the World Series. Phillies versus Astros. Not quite what I was expecting for this year, but that's what it panned out to be. Phillies, they had the great comeback against the Braves, or great series win against the Braves. And then the cheating lion, no good sign stealing Astros. They're back in it. And they beat the Yankees. And frankly, I was hoping the Mariners were going to make it in the AL. But
I really wanted the Mariners. Yeah, good story.
Yeah, fun story. But who wins that?
My brain says Astros in 5. They have gone undefeated so far in the playoffs. They are steamrolling everyone in front of them, including a really impressive Yankees team that was going to break the wins record for a little bit, it looked like, in the regular season. My heart says Phillies in 7. I would really love for the Phillies to do it. I'm a big Kyle Schwarber guy. I'm sure you are as well. Bryce Harper finally getting his ring. I feel like a lot of people are turning to like him a little bit more as a part of that team. Castellanos is there. So I would say I honestly think the Astros get it done pretty easily, but my heart really wants Philly to do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I want to see Philly do it, even though I can't stand Philly fans. I respect them. I got to say that. But yes, I would like to see the Phillies win. Astros just seem to be the hot hand, and another year of dominance, probably stealing signs, banging on garbage cans. Who knows?
Yeah, they probably got a new system now, but
It's probably the number of seeds spit from the dugout.
yeah, some Morse code through the
five is like a curveball coming.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but I don't know. I got a feeling it's going to be the Astros again, and I would say I'm going to be a little bit more. I'll say 6 because it's hard to win in Philly,
yeah,
especially during playoff time. But just not what you wanted. I would have rather seen the Yankees there.
Oh, over the Astros, absolutely. Yeah, still a big market team, but at least they didn't cheat that we know of, right? So. But Astros are just so dominant. Jordan's been playing out of his mind. The pitching staff 1-5 is unbelievable. Got like sub 2, sub 3 ERAs across the board. That's gonna be pretty hard for Philly to do it, but it would be a really cool story. They barely got in the playoffs. I was gonna say your Brewers. This is a rivalry podcast, but me and Johnny are Cubs fans. The Brewers almost got in ahead of the Phillies. It came down to the last 2 games.
Well, the Brewers today, they made a big move.
What'd they do?
David Stearns decided to step down. That was a big move.
Yeah,
yep.
That's going to get some, I know a couple people who are saying pump the brakes. He's doing fine. Maybe that Hader thing was the last straw, going after Taylor Rogers, and he started sucking it up. Why did he do it?
The Boo-Hoos wins, like, Hader was your pinnacle. He came into the game. Yeah, he had a few blown saves.
Yep.
But so what closer doesn't?
Who's dominant before this year?
He closed the door. I mean, he shut the door and he locked it. Mm-hmm. And most times, like, I'd say easily 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Maybe he'd slip up here and there, but that's expected. I don't know why I know there's a lot of fan pressure at that time, but I don't know why they made the move, and why that happened, but nonetheless it did. And David Stearns stepped down, and I think he was probably now he's in the role of, I can't remember, GM player management.
Right. He just took one step down, but he's still in the organization.
But yeah, I mean, not to say that I'm not excited because I'm a Cubs fan, but I think that's a pretty dumb move by the Brewers.
Yeah, in general, just, they saw it as a lateral move. He said he wanted to preserve the window of wins because it's a smaller market, but a couple of the players they got, Johnny, in that package got cut right away. Like, they're not even a part of the team anymore. So it's like, what value were you really getting out of that? Yes, they have Devin Williams who can slam a door in the 9th, but I don't think anybody was slamming it harder than Hader the last 5 years.
I was going to say, he can, but he's not as good as Hader.
Right.
Yeah. As much as I hate to admit it, he shut the door quite a few times on the Cubs.
Oh, yeah. I was in person for a 7-out save, and I was like, what am I watching? Like, definitely dominant.
Let's talk about the NBA, though. We have, both teams starting out pretty hot for our squads.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about your Bulls first. We'll let the Bulls run.
Yeah, they've had a couple of, they did lose to the Cavs, but they've beaten the 2 teams that were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They took out the Celtics, and they took out the Heat to start the season, actually. So I'm impressed, 3-2. Winning some tough games. Vooch looks a lot more center-esque in the paint. I mean, he loves to spread the floor and shoot threes, but he had a 20-plus rebound game earlier already, so I like to see it. Drummond's been a nice touch. People forget Andre Drummond is not even 30 yet because he got drafted so young. So I think we've got some nice depth pieces. Goran Dragic has been a good spot-up shooter. I'll take 3-2. It's early, but those young guys are developing, and we still don't have Lonzo back yet. Ayo Dosunmu looks good. Lots of really young development happening pretty quick.
Yeah, Bucks aren't starting out too bad, 3-0.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Only undefeated team left.
After having a terrible preseason.
Yeah.
But they got a big win against Brooklyn. That was a good one. And Steve Nash was hot. He didn't like the Giannis call, or the Giannis He thought it was a shove. That wasn't a shove. That was a flop and a half. Can't argue with that. But the Bucks got a big win. They got another big win over the Nets. And I like to say another because the Nets are supposed to be this power team, but they just really haven't found a way. On the season, the Bucks beat the Sixers, the Rockets, and now the Nets. So that's pretty good lineup to start out the season, winning in the East wise, beating the Sixers and the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, two of the tougher teams. They got to face your Bulls, which will be a tough team too yet. And there's always the Heat. Toronto's going to probably show up somewhere.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of teams in that Eastern Conference. Celtics.
Cleveland was good.
Yep. Cleveland, yep, with the Donovan Mitchell.
Spider. Yep.
But a lot of the East looks actually pretty good overall. But we'll have to see, what kind of happens, because it'll be exciting. Sparks, I gotta. You want to put a $10? See who wins your Bulls. Who ends up higher? Well, not wins, but ends up higher. We'll put $10. Bulls or Bucks. Make a bet right now.
I'm too confident in your Bucks. Like way too confident that you got the best player in the world. We'll see. I'll prolong it a little bit.
Oh my gosh, it's $10. I wouldn't even care if I lost. I'd be happy for you.
You're not gonna lose.
I don't know. You guys got a good squad.
DeRozan's fine. Bench is great, but best player in the world. Pretty good supporting cast. Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, Bucks have been making some good moves, and they're reaping the benefits of it. We'll see how far they can take it, though. But just to make things fun, I will try to offer a bet. We had a bet going last year, and I won that one.
You did, yeah.
Because you were very confident at that time.
They looked super good, and then they just got. I mean, they were not healthy the second half of the year. Lonzo's been out for almost a full year now. Caruso got out with that wrist injury. Huh?
The tires dropped off.
Yeah, the tires dropped off along with everyone's health all at once. Some of the starting lineups I saw were sad. So hopefully it doesn't come down to that again.
No, you know what? Even I don't mind the Bulls. I think the Bulls I like the history of the Bulls with Jordan and all that. Pippen, that whole squad, that era, the 97 Bulls. I don't mind them. But yes, I do. I got my deer hat on right now, actually.
There you go.
So fear the deer. And I got to send you those championship hats that I got for free, just so you have something in case, the Bulls drop out and
just jump over the other bandwagon. Yeah.
You can go to the bar then and, not get beat up for trying to cheer for the other team.
Disguise myself.
Yep, that's right. Just fit right in. Slide right in. Well, let's talk about the Hawks, baby, in the NHL. The NHL is getting off to a riveting start. And the Hawks, they don't look too bad. 4-2 to start the season. One of the probably weaker teams in the NHL, but hey, we'll take it where we can get it. The Chicago Blackhawks playing pretty good hockey. They got the Oilers right now, actually, but their last win coming against Quenneville's team, the former coach, winning 4-2. So that was a pretty impressive win. Definitely didn't expect that. Thought Florida was going to blow them out. Tampa Bay will probably win the East for hockey, Eastern Conference, but hopefully the Hawks can maybe take second or third in the Central. They still got a tough division. You got Nashville. The Wild look good, which they always fall off in the playoffs. So I don't. Yeah, they have a stacked roster with Curly and all. The Wild. They got Flower now, but they just never seem to figure it a way out. Just like the Vikings, kind of a Minnesota thing that seems to be tracking. We'll see what the Timberwolves do, but I don't think they're going to do much.
They're kind of all in the same spot.
And Twins did the same thing.
Yeah, they're kind of all just above average, but nobody's
above average, contender. But not good enough.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. Like I always say, you got to see. NHL, another fun season, though. If you don't tune into the NHL once in a while, especially during playoffs, I highly recommend turning it on because playoff hockey is some of the best. Right now, looking at it, Dallas and Colorado and Chicago are all tied for first place. Behind them is St. Louis and Central, Winnipeg in fourth, or rather third, and then Minnesota's in fourth, Nashville in fifth, or tied for fifth with Arizona. So the Central Division right now, the Hawks coming out, showing up, having a little fun. We should bring on Eric Kruger for a little bit of Hawks talk.
Oh, he'll talk about the Ice Hogs all day long. Your AHL team under
Oh,
there.
I know.
Yeah.
He loves them.
We could get Eric on here. That'd be good. He knows the minor league team, if you will, of the Hawks very well, and he follows them like extremely closely.
Oh, he got pissed at me when I was making joke comments on because he kept commenting on the Ice Hogs Facebook stuff, and
Ryan Zibble.
And then I kept making jokes under his comment. I'm like, do you how well do you think they're gonna do this year? Like, do you think they're gonna be the best team in the AHL or NAL or whatever? I can't remember which one they're in.
Yeah, they're in the AHL.
But yeah, and then he blocked me, so that was funny.
I don't think we're gonna get Eric on here then. So.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
On bad terms. Ryan said, when the Wild play in the playoffs, that's when he turns the TV off. Go Hogs. So Ryan's a big Ice Hogs guy too when the playoffs come around because he doesn't want to watch the Wild.
Could have Ryan Zibble on here talk about his Dolphins. They're having a pretty good year.
We could do that.
But let's go to one of our favorite segments, back to football, and let's do some QB roulette. Got to gamble on a Thursday night.
There we go.
I know Sparks doesn't want to gamble for $10. You can blame that on him.
Roast me. All right.
Make things interesting, but here we go, spinning it away.
We'll do 2 of these. We'll go goods, bads, grade, and what should our expectation be? Dak. Oh boy, you love your Dak.
I'll let you go first. I'll take it easy.
Yep. So goods and bads of a player. Dak has always been mobile. Deep ball accuracy, I think, is something he's struggled with, but he actually reads the field pretty well. He's got 2 good running backs to check it down to, in Pollard and Elliott. Yeah, I think he spreads the ball around really well. He's going to put up points, and then from there, it's just on that defense to hold him. Defense has looked well. I think Dak gets more hate than he actually deserves. Grade, I give Dak a B+. Not in the elite tier. I've seen some mental mistakes. There was a game against the 49ers in the playoffs not too long ago. Had to get down and spike the ball. He decided to run it for an extra 10 to 15 yards. Instead of doing that, still would have gotten a field goal. Would he have slid a couple yards earlier? Ball didn't get put down in time. Game ends. Can't spike it. So just some mental errors and crunch time from Dak. I think game-winning drives, those are things that at least when it comes to the playoffs, he's got to work on. He needs to kind of separate himself from Tony Romo, who I think was fine too, but just couldn't get it done in the playoffs. What should their expectation be this season? It's a really tough division when you talk about the fact the Eagles are the only undefeated team left. The Giants are 6-1, and then there's the Cowboys, and the Commanders are, down there at 3-4. Although they beat both of our teams, so I guess the whole East is good. But or we're just bad. Probably the second one.
We're bad.
Yeah, probably the second one. But
Yep.
I'm not going to say the expectations to win the division, but I think that division is strong enough, and Dallas plays enough easy teams. Before the beginning of the season, all 4 NFC East teams had the 4 easiest schedules in the league. So Dallas needs to get in the playoffs, get that first wild card spot, and play well on the road. So get in the playoffs, not necessarily by division, and get a playoff win. That's my expectation for Dak.
Oh, Dak. What can I say about Dak? Goods. He's got a decent arm. He is mobile. He can get out of the pocket, move around a little bit, actually pretty well. And frankly, he's a solid quarterback. I can't argue with that. He's got a good pocket presence, but bads, a lot easier for me to do this because I don't like them. But let's talk about it. Like you said, mental mistakes. He just doesn't go to the check down when he could. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott's as good as he was, when he first started, but he's still a pretty good running back to have on your squad. And he's got to use his receivers a little bit better. Sometimes I think they get a little ambitious with the deep ball, and that's where turnovers happen. Not the best accuracy there, which is a tough skill to have, an accurate deep ball tosser. But a grade, I'll give him a flat B. Not going to be too bad on him. Still think he kind of looks like a frog. But that's just me.
The Kermit thing with Pat Mahomes, everyone says he sounds like Kermit.
Well, Kermit sounds like, hey, everybody. Why don't we read a storybook?
That's pretty good.
But yeah, Kermit, and Dak sitting on the log, playing the banjo and having themselves a good day. But yeah, so Dak, B quarterback, not really, not I think what people were expecting him to be when he first came into the league. I think they're expecting him to be a top tier quarterback, but like you said, he's kind of like the Tony Romo, where he's good, but he's not like, wow. So I think a flat B is a good point to have. Expectation. Yep. You got a tough division. Try to get that playoff. I hate saying try to get that playoff because I frankly don't want to see him in playoffs. But let's say, yeah, with that roster, I would try to get in the playoffs. But again, I hope they don't.
Yeah, they're in win mode right now, so if they want to meet Jerry's expectations, they better get in the playoffs.
Well, Jerry's expectation is Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is Super Bowl, but let's win a playoff game first. All right. Des caught
Give her a spin where she lands. Dak Prescott. That's our first time getting a double.
Yeah, we can't do it again.
Hit her again.
That's going to happen more often because we keep taking people off this list. Oh,
we got two pretty good quarterbacks today.
Yeah. Shall I start?
If you would like.
I love Justin Herbert. In college, he killed me for a bit. I love Justin Herbert. My fantasy team's name is Herbert and Gerbert. Herberts and Gerberts because that's the sandwich shop all around Wisconsin and the Midwest. So Justin Herbert went to Oregon, completely torched the Badgers not too long ago before he got drafted. Was a part of a program that was god-awful and ended up winning a Rose Bowl by the time he was out of there. Great development. Sneaky mobility, but the thing that everybody loves about Justin Herbert is his cannon, his deep ball accuracy, his vision, his ability to fit the ball in tight windows that most other quarterbacks cannot. He's a member of the AFC West where you just have four amazing quarterbacks, although Russ does not look too good. And Derek Carr's ass. So I think it's really him and Pat.
Let's ride there.
Broncos country. Let's ride. Let's not drown.
Yeah.
But I love Justin Herbert. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. I think he will be a phenomenal quarterback for years to come. Utilizes his weapons well, knows how to spread the ball around. That's something I always look for in a quarterback. Don't get too reliant on Keenan Allen, and he doesn't. Sometimes it's Mike Williams. Sometimes it's Joshua Palmer. Justin Herbert is he's probably my favorite quarterback in the league, so a little biased here, but I'm giving him a solid A. Like, there are some times where he'll try and fit a ball in a window he shouldn't, but the talent's there, the work ethic is there. I think he does all the right things. Expectations for the season, again, tough division. Try to get to the AFC Championship with how loaded that roster is, though. They went out and got J.C. Jackson. They went out and got Khalil Mack. The whole issue before was, well, we're putting up 40, but our defense is giving up 42. I say try to get into the AFC Championship. I think that's the step forward they got to make. They didn't even make the playoffs last year, so I'll give them some slack. Get in the divisional round. I'll say that.
Well, let's remember Sparks put a bet down on Vegas, so he's not really cheering for you.
I hope they make noise. You don't have to win your division to go far, but I do hope Vegas.
I'm going to keep holding that against you, buddy. Just don't take it seriously.
I hope Vegas wins it, man. But I don't know. Doesn't look too good.
But let's talk about Justin Herbert. Good, as you mentioned, great pocket presence. Sees the field really well, can understand what the defense is doing. A lot of positives for him. Good accuracy. Reminds me a lot of Rodgers when Rodgers is playing well. But right now, Rodgers isn't playing well, and Herbert is. He looks like he's in control of the game, even though he's a young quarterback. He seems like he's in control of the offense. He dictates the field. That's what I like to see out of quarterbacks. Like you said, he's not afraid to pick apart a defense with different receivers. He doesn't always go to Keenan Allen. He looks around. He uses his time in the pocket. They got a solid team, as you mentioned, but that defense was the focal point or the down point that wasn't really helping. They have a little boost here with Bosa and Khalil Mack. So that defense and Derwin, let's not disregard him.
Derwin James.
He was another guy I wanted the Packers to get, but we didn't. Derwin's a solid safety, and he plays really well. That whole team hopefully comes together. I can't say they have the easiest division because they certainly don't. They got Kansas City, who's good. Sparks' Raiders, and the Broncos, which should be a win right now because Russ is playing bad as well. And just, it'll be exciting to see what he can do potentially in the future. It might not be right now. But some of the bads with him, I don't really have a lot. I think he sees the field well. Some decision making's just young things, just trying to, gets under pressure, maybe trying to throw it away and trying to get rid of the ball instead of taking a sack or something of that sort, which he doesn't take much of, but I'm just trying to find something to talk about. But he doesn't have a lot of downfall. Grade for him, I'm gonna go B plus.
Okay.
Still pretty good grade. You'll take it. You'll, wave to the professor. Bye. See you later when you get the B plus, but still a good grade. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying A just because I don't know if he's been in the league long enough for me right now to say that he's an A quarterback. Because there's a lot of guys that I think could be A quarterbacks, but they kind of fall off as they get a little bit older. But I think Justin Herbert's here to stay, and I think he will be an A quarterback. And moving on.
Yeah. I love Herbert,
in expectation, you got to try to make that playoff window in the AFC West. You got the Broncos not playing well. You got the Vegas not playing well either. I mean, they're starting to pick up a little bit, but they're still not playing real great. I think now's the time to try to strike and get that wild card spot in the AFC, but we'll have to see because I think Chiefs will probably take the division. But we'll have to see once again. It's always exciting.
Yeah, I think he's a future Hall of Famer. I will say it right now. 10 to 15 years from now, I seriously think he makes the Hall whenever his career is done. Big Herbert guy. Just had to put that in there. So if anyone comes back to this,
Gerbert.
I said it in 2022.
Put it down in the relics of across enemy lines. We'll have to chisel that into stone.
Put it in stone.
Along with the Geno.
Yeah, with the Geno one. The Geno was a great call.
Geno.
Having a great
All right,
year.
let's keep moving on. We got our fan segment, Corey Sparks.
Oh yeah, here's one. This got some passionate replies.
People are very decisive on Target versus Walmart. Frankly, I think, if I had to pick one to go to for the rest of my life, I would go to Wally World.
Ooh, all right. We are divided on this one. I didn't know what your take
I don't
was.
need to take the high class Target route.
That's not even okay. We'll get into it.
Wally World, they can change your tires there.
They
can do everything there. That's Walmart for you.
All right. So we got Walmart versus Target. I'm going with Target for sure. Casey Reeves, first time commenting. I try and put those in the beginning. So thank you very much for participating in the podcast poll. There's barely any Walmarts in Chicago, so I'm forced to choose Target. Ryan said Walmart.
Ooh, that doesn't sound very.
So yeah, by default, Target. I guess I get that.
And here's another thing. Walmart, you get everybody. You get all sorts of people there. Go there late night. It's scary. It's a scary place to go. But you get the full cultural.
That's what I'm saying.
The full neighborhood of people.
Oh, I get scared in Walmart sometimes. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of people do. You go to Target, it's just all,
safe. Yes.
Soccer moms shopping for their kids. And they play I don't know. It's like, give me a and free Beach Boys or something.
Gosh, yeah. Give me the flash.
I will get copyrighted for that.
Yeah, hopefully not, right? Ryan says Walmart. Who goes to Target? I go to Target, right?
That's right. Wally World, baby. Cheap stuff.
Most of the time it's cheaper, although it may be more ghetto. So Walmart may be more ghetto, but most of the time it's cheaper. So going for the price, I can't deny that. Walmart's got amazing prices.
And now I noticed the Starbucks, at least in Green Bay, is they got a Starbucks in there.
In Walmart now.
Target, in the Target, I mean.
Oh yeah, Target has inherited Starbucks. There's one in almost every one.
And then you know what they got in Walmart? Subway, baby. Subway.
That's true. Yeah, Subway in Oshkosh, there's one here, and then I think in Kenosha they do it too. I think most of them have a Subway, so maybe that's just like a brand partnership thing they do where they build that inside of it.
Yep.
We got that. Let's go to, I'm not putting this person's name here, but they admitted to working at Target and said they just got sick of it. So I'm assuming they quit. So thank you for your input. I'm Well, you did
Too
work at
many
Target.
entitled moms there. Too many entitled moms.
Entitled, so the Karens are there. Yeah. So that's someone who worked at Target. This person still works at Target. It said, I work at Target and it sucks, and then I blanked it out. But yeah, I'm not trying to get you to lose your job. Maybe you don't like it, but you probably need the money, as people who work jobs do. So someone does not like working at Target. 2 people did not like working at Target at one point, and this person still hates it. So we've got people not liking their job here, which is, understandable to an extent. Guyon's back. Appreciate you. Walmart. Okay, this is kind of what you said, Johnny. There's never a dull moment in there. I guess anything
Right,
can
you
happen
get
in a
all
Walmart.
sorts of, it's a shopping spree and a show all in one. You get the lady that's really upset about something, and then the kid in the ball bin. It's a whole mess, and it's so much fun. Or you got kids playing with Nerf guns and toy aisle. It's like you're in Walmart, baby.
So yeah, Guyon, you're going for the entertainment aspect. It looks like Johnny agrees. I don't know. I like the feel of Target more, but maybe that's just my vibe. Chandler, although Target is my go-to in Oshkosh, I am a Walmart guy through and through. I frequent it quite often back at home. So Chandler is Wally World through and through. Great prices. I can't knock Walmart. I think I just have a preference of Target a little bit more. It is a little more pricey though. So
Little fancy pants.
little fancy pants. Yeah, that's why I can't pay the $10. I'm always at Target.
Wipes his booty with double ply toilet paper.
Then we got Lauren. Walmart may have better prices, but I will gladly spend more for a cleaner store. Walmart has a reputation. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at,
a
Lauren.
reputation of being fun.
Of being fun. Well, that's one thing to call it. I don't know. I feel like Target still has decent deals. Just has a better vibe to it.
They do. I can't disregard that.
Yeah, but Walmart's definitely the place to go.
But one thing I do not like about Target is they're the home of the Twins.
Are they really?
Target Field.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
And here comes Adam Castle coming up.
And right on cue, here's Adam Castle, who loves the Twins and the Vikings and probably the Wild. I think
He's
they have a better
voting,
direction.
it looks
in their
like
company.
against it.
Yeah, Walmart brands better. No, so he likes Target more, but he says Walmart brands better. So, okay, that makes sense. They're just marketing their affordable prices
He's taking
better.
a marketing approach.
Yeah, I like it.
Not just going in there fun at 11 o'clock at night, see what happens.
Yeah, so he's taking more of a marketing approach. He feels like there's better direction in Target, so they're probably going to do better, but Walmart has better branding, probably relating the affordability aspect with it. I like it, Adam. That was a very calculated approach. And then Bailey, I had to blank out like half of this just because I'm not trying to get demonetized. But Target isn't pristine or fancy, but I don't feel like I'm going to turn the corner and see basically a crazy person screaming over a plasma TV. You'll still have Karens at either establishment, but one smells nicer and tends to be cleaner. So that's Bailey's take. So he's kind of going more for what I said,
Target.
the feel.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't go that far and say some of the things.
But you don't get, it's like, have you ever seen the show Hardcore Pawn?
No.
Which is the pawn store in Detroit, and you get all the crazy people in there.
Oh, okay. So kind of that same feel.
And there's a casino right down the road, so they sell literally anything there. So people go to the casino then after when they get the few bucks.
And then they burn the
money.
I
picked it up a couple weeks ago, and it is the funniest stuff to just sit there and watch. It's just entertainment of people losing their mind over like one kid tried to so he sold his parents' TV remote. He wanted to make a couple bucks.
Oh my!
To their TV. So then a couple days later, the mom and the kid come back in, and they're trying to buy the same TV remote back. But I sold it. It was the funniest stuff. And the guy's like, I can't do anything about that. Somebody already bought it.
That's horrible. It was already gone.
He's like, I can sell you a universal remote. And then she's like, I don't want a universal
No, that's probably
remote.
the best bet then. You're not going to steal it back from the person. So
yeah. We get a comment here.
Hilarious. Yeah, Anime says Target has better vibes. You could spend hours there. Vote for Target.
Well, yeah, unless you're looking for WrestleMania or something.
If you want WrestleMania, you go right to Walmart. That's fine.
There was this idea on Facebook, and I got to mention this because it's sports related.
All right.
What if, so like, when in the MLB season you make a trade for a pitcher, what if they kept it quiet, you didn't know, and then out of the bullpen you just hear the music start playing, and you guess the picture coming out like WWE style, and then it
Oh,
comes out in a different uniform. Wouldn't that be so cool?
that'd be a cool way to reveal it, as opposed to just
Like
getting a
Edwin
Lowe's bomb.
Diaz coming out and playing the trumpets. All of a sudden he's in, whatever uniform,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you hear it start ringing through the stadium, and or like even a batter. You could
Mhm.
play the music before, and then when he walks out from the dugout, I mean, say he doesn't take on the first time, he doesn't take, on deck circle. He just sits in the dugout and waits.
Mhm.
Then it's somebody that would get the MLB some Showtime appearances.
That'd be tough to pull all the production stuff, but that would look super cool. Like that would look
Like
extremely
that
cool. Yeah.
Edwin Diaz coming out WWE style in a different uniform. All of a sudden you hear
Yeah.
like the trumpets.
I would take it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, I would love it. Because people would be like, watch out, watch out, watch out.
That would be cool.
Comes. I saw that on Facebook. I thought it was a great idea.
Facebook's got some ideas, man. Oh, I did want to address this one thing before we go to Grinds My Gears. We take fan submissions. We talk about that all the time in the comments. We're taking the live ones right now. Cubs fan did say this. Which teams will be getting the best draft picks in the NFL? So who do you think, you joked about it being the Packers before, who do you think has the worst record by the end of the year? Like, worst team after 17 games?
Realistically, Panthers.
I would go Panthers too. Yeah, number one pick. DJ Moore or not, I think they're in shambles right now. So yeah, we just wanted to address that real quick.
Yep. Make sure we get Cubs fan 107.
Yes, lots of support from Cubs fan 107. We appreciate it.
And those of you just joining,
Absolutely.
first 50 subscribers, we're gonna do a raffle for a $15 gift card, and we will decide the place at a later time.
And we'll write a lovely message with it for you. So like and subscribe. Get to 50, and we'll do it. We promise.
Like and subscribe. But yes, we will. Once we get to 50, we will be handing out a gift card. Well, let's go to one of our favorite segments to close things off. It's the airing of grievances, the buttering of croissants. It's the grinds my gears part of the day. And usually Sparks is a little more conservative on his thoughts. I usually just air whatever I'm thinking. But
Johnny's
he's a
got
more
no filter.
calculated man than I am. I shoot from the hip.
Oh yeah.
But Sparks, let's go to the grinds my gears. Do we have any fan submissions this week?
Nothing yet. So you guys gotta get going on this. We want to know what's ticking you off this week. Just let it out.
What's ticking
It's
you off? What's
therapeutic.
buttering your croissant?
Yeah.
What's burning your foot? What's really making things happen? I can air a couple
All right.
if you'd like me to go first. When you have a bag of chips, but all of it's crumbs,
That's horrible.
that's the worst. That's the worst.
Lay's,
when some-
Doritos. Yeah.
Oh, when somebody purposely crushes them, that's fighting
Yeah.
material.
That's a fighting action right there. You're trying to throw down if you do that.
Yep, you're trying to throw down. But yeah, don't do that. That's not cool.
That's
Nobody
a no-no.
likes that. Another one, because I work in news, I would have to say the election season. Not real thrilled about it, but I'm sure a lot of people aren't.
Mhm.
Just a lot of political ads makes your, commercial breaks a little bit longer. Nobody wants to see it. We don't care.
Your ears bleed.
I mean, we do care, but we don't want to see it.
We care,
All
but
the-
when they're like saying the same bad things about each other for the last 3 weeks, we're like, okay, we get it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, we get it. Thank you for your stance.
Yeah.
Another one, because it's Halloween, or it's going to be Halloween.
Mhm.
Kids who don't dress up for Halloween but come to my door expecting candy. Got to put in the work, son.
So you
Gotta
just-
put in
you
the
just
work.
Tell them no.
No, I don't tell them no, but I'll give them less.
Oh, you get okay. I thought you were gonna be like,
I might
you
get,
do not get
I might give
candy.
them like an
Licorice or something.
like a almond joy.
I love almond joy.
Oh, of course you do.
What is that? Okay. Alright.
What's the other one? Almond joy and
I don't know. Black licorice.
no blue. In the blue wrapper, is that almond joy?
Yeah.
Mounds is the red one.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, give them one of those. Nobody likes those besides Sparks, apparently.
Almond joys are amazing.
Just sorry for you.
I like them. I don't know. Okay. All right.
Yeah, or candy corn, or I'll save that. Sorry, but Bob for apples, things
Yeah.
that grind my gears. People don't do that anymore. That when people did that, that was cool. But now people don't do that anymore. I think you got to bring back the Bob the apple. I get that COVID sanitary, not very sanitary, but actually caramel apples, because I don't like caramel apples. I think they're overhyped.
Those are so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Podcast
bobbing for
divided.
apples. People need to get back into that. Gotta get that experience of feeling like you're underwater and like getting waterboarded for 5 seconds. And then you pop up with an apple.
You go right ahead.
You do. It's one of the great pastimes of this country that we're taking away.
Oh my god.
And finally, I like certain haunted houses, I'll be honest, but some of them creep me out because you don't know who's behind the mask with the chainsaw, especially with the chainsaw and running at you. Usually it's like a high school kid that, doesn't have, you just don't know what he's going to do. Don't know the intentions. Doesn't really grind my gear, but
It scares you.
it just kind of freaks me out during the Halloween season. But yes, we got a big one. Got a big one from Zibble.
He said Johnny Sam's weekly Packer rant to start the show after a loss has been greasing my gears, making me laugh the last couple of weeks. So it's been doing the
So it's
opposite. It's been making him happy. So when you rant about how bad your Packers are, he just loves it.
I'll wait for the Dolphins to start tanking.
Oh my.
There you go. There you go,
There it
Zibble.
is. He's lighting the fire.
That's right.
Well, they're playing the Bills, Ryan, so you'll probably get another rant from him next episode. So that's gonna be a
can't-
tough matchup. Maybe they shock some people. Who knows?
Maybe. Hopefully. Let's go to your grind my gears.
Yeah, I got two. So the kids who would there's a note and it says take one when you're trick or treating, and they take the whole bucket. Now the rest.
Oh, that
can't
was
get
me.
It. That was you. You grind.
That
my
was
gears.
me.
And then you said can't wait. Yeah, it'll probably happen.
Yep.
Candy corn. You brought it up a little bit before. I can eat like one or two of those after that. I don't know why. Way too sweet. I feel like my mouth is gonna fall apart. My teeth are gonna come out with the candy corn. I don't like it. So just candy corn itself. If you love it, you love it. That's fine. I can't handle it in bunches. It's not good for me.
What about caramels? Do you like caramels, like the old person caramels that come in the little
Oh, the Werthers?
wrapper?
I think
I don't
those are
know.
fine because you're not going to eat 50 of those. It's hard. You have to take a while for the thing to process, unless you're like shoving 20 of those in your mouth. But because you have to like wait for it to melt and everything, and it's usually in small amounts, that's fine. Candy corn, they just come in little buckets sometimes, and you just shovel them in your mouth, and I'm like, nope, I'm good, thank you. So no, I think
Yeah,
the little
it's tough
caramels
one.
are fine.
Yeah, that's a tough pull. Or the person that gives you the healthy Halloween candy.
Oh yeah,
Or not candy, it's like a granola bar.
yeah. I'm like, oh, thanks. I would actually appreciate that now. But when I was a kid, I was like, where's my M&Ms? But that's okay.
Where's my recess
Yeah,
puff?
exactly.
And then throw a protest on their front porch.
Oh my.
Be like, I'll storm your house.
Oh no. And then you find out it's the sheriff that lives there. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh, sir, how are you?
yeah, never mind.
Yeah, but yeah, that'll just about wrap it up, though. I mean, we got anything else to talk about here today? I don't think so.
I think we're getting ready for
Um,
some more football. It's a good
Just
time
a
of the year.
happy
for sports.
Halloween, though.
Happy
Make
Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to have a happy Halloween. Stay safe, as always. Halloween's always one of those holidays that, you got cars and people. Just make sure you're staying safe and make sure, everything else. If you're having a Halloween party at school, make sure you're keeping it down a little bit and making sure the cops don't come, but have fun at the bars and enjoy the spooky weekend. My goodness, it should be fun. And another fun week of the NFL, but that'll just about wrap things up for Across Enemy Lines. I'm Johnny Samp, Corey Sparks. Thanks for joining again, as you are the co-host. I don't know why I say joining, but thanks for
'Cause you can kick
being
me off
here
if you
and
want,
making
no.
this happen. But we appreciate everybody that tuned in today. And make sure you subscribe. I highly recommend you subscribe. You can win yourself a gift card for just subscribing. And hopefully you like and subscribe and watch and follow all our different social media channels or pages. But that will, again, finish things up here on a Thursday night. Have a great weekend, everybody, and have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.